Hello everyone and welcome! If you're on the hunt for a dessert that's simple to make, looks absolutely stunning, and is the perfect answer to a warm day, you have come to the right place. Today, I'm sharing my recipe for a spectacular cold mango and custard trifle. It's a real showstopper and I can't wait to show you how it's done.
Just close your eyes and imagine this for a second. You've got layers of the lightest, most delicate sponge cake, soaked in this beautiful mango syrup. Then comes a layer of silky, super luxurious custard cream. It's creamy but not heavy, you know? And then you get these bright, sweet chunks of fresh mangoes scattered all through it. Honestly, every single bite is like a refreshing little cloud that just melts in your mouth. It's pure happiness in a dish.
So, where do we start? Well, every great trifle needs a solid foundation. And for this recipe, that foundation is a gorgeous, fluffy vanilla sponge cake. We're making this completely from scratch because, trust me, nothing you could buy at the store even comes close to the light, airy texture we're about to create.
Okay, let's talk ingredients for the sponge. You're going to need 4 large eggs and make sure they're at room temperature. Then we've got 180 grams of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 4 tablespoons of hot water. For the dry stuff, it's 140 grams of all-purpose flour, 40 grams of cornstarch, and 8 grams of baking powder. And finally, 45 grams of unsalted butter that you've melted and let cool down. My biggest tip here? Use a kitchen scale. Measuring in grams is the key to getting a perfect sponge cake every single time.
Now, I mentioned room temperature eggs, and you might be wondering why that's so important. Well, it's a little bit of kitchen science. Warmer eggs are able to trap way more air when you whip them, and more air means more volume, and that volume is what gives us that incredibly light, fluffy, almost cloud-like texture we're aiming for. It's a small step that makes a huge difference.
All right, time to get started. First up, grab a 23 centimeter or 9-inch spring-form pan and line just the bottom with parchment paper. Now listen closely. Do not grease the sides of the pan. We want the cake to climb up those sides as it bakes, which gives it that amazing height. Next, get your oven preheating to 170 degrees Celsius, that's about 340 Fahrenheit, with heat from both the top and bottom. Okay, now for the fun bit. Get those eggs into your mixer and let it rip on high speed. Once you see them start to get pale, pour in that hot water, and then slowly, gradually stream in the sugar while the mixer is still running.
Okay, I want you to remember one number, just one, and that number is 10. You need to let that egg and sugar mixture whip for a full 10 minutes. Seriously, set a timer, don't cut it short. What you're looking for is a total transformation. It should be super thick, pale, and have this beautiful, creamy, ribbon-like texture. This step right here is the real secret to an incredibly light cake. Before we add our dry ingredients, we need to talk about a super important technique, folding. See, we just worked for 10 whole minutes to whip all that beautiful air into the batter, and the last thing we want to do is knock it all out. Folding is all about being gentle. You use your spatula, you scrape down the side of the bowl to the bottom, and then you lift and gently fold that batter over the top. It's how we combine everything without deflating our mixture.
Okay, your batter is gloriously thick and airy. Let's finish it up. First, gently fold in your vanilla. Next, you're going to sift your dry ingredients over the batter, but do it in about 4 separate batches. After each addition, fold gently until it's just combined. The biggest mistake you can make here is over-mixing. Finally, pour in your cooled, melted butter and fold that in gently. As soon as it's ready, pour it all into your prepared pan, give it a quick swirl with a skewer to even it out, and get it straight into that preheated oven. Don't let it sit around.
So, into the oven it goes, right on the middle rack. At 170 degrees Celsius, it's going to take somewhere between 40 and 45 minutes to bake. For me, it's almost always exactly 45 minutes. You'll know it's perfectly done when it's a beautiful golden brown on top and a skewer stuck into the center comes out completely clean.
Once that cake comes out, oh my goodness, your kitchen is going to smell absolutely divine. But you have to be patient. Let the cake cool down completely, and I mean completely, right there in the pan. Once it's cool, you can run a knife around the edge, pop it out, peel off the parchment, and cut it into these beautiful little cubes. The texture is just incredible, so soft and delicate.
So our perfect sponge cake is done and cooling. Now, it's time to move on to the heart of our trifle, the component that brings everything together, a rich, smooth, and unbelievably silky custard cream.
For this gorgeous cream, you're going to need a liter of milk, half a cup of sugar, and 5 tablespoons of custard powder. You'll also want an extra 1/4 cup of milk on the side just to mix with that powder. And then to make it light and airy, we'll use 1 sachet of whipped cream powder, like Dream Whip, and 1 cup of very, very cold milk. And here's a little side note.
If custard isn't really your thing, you can totally substitute it with a good vanilla pudding mix. It'll still be delicious. Making the custard base is way easier than it sounds. You just gently heat that liter of milk and the sugar together in a pot. While that's warming up, take a small bowl and whisk together your custard powder and that quarter cup of milk until it's a perfectly smooth paste. We call that a slurry. No lumps allowed. Then, right when the milk in the pot is about to hit a boil, pour in your slurry and start stirring. Keep it on low heat and just keep stirring, continuously, until it thickens up and you see it start to bubble. That's it. You've made custard.
Okay, this next step is absolutely critical, so listen up. As soon as your custard is thick and bubbling, immediately pour it out of the hot pot and into a wide, shallow dish. Using a wide dish helps it cool down so much faster. Let it sit on the counter for a little while, then cover it and get it into the fridge until it is completely chilled and firm. I'm serious, don't rush this part. It has to be cold.
Okay, this is where the magic really happens. We're going to transform that firm custard into a silky dream. In another bowl, whip up your cream powder with that cup of very cold milk until you get nice, stiff peaks. Then, take your completely chilled custard and gently fold in about half of that whipped cream. This is going to lighten the whole thing up, making it incredibly smooth and giving it that luxurious texture we're after.
All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. We have our perfect, fluffy cake cubes. We have our silky, luscious custard cream. Now it's time for the best part, the assembly. This is where we bring all our hard work together to create something truly special.
But first, one last quick component, our magic soaking syrup. This is the secret to making sure our cake is unbelievably moist and packed with extra mango flavor. And it could not be simpler. All you do is mix 1 cup of good quality mango juice with half a cup of milk. That's it.
So let's build this beautiful dessert. Start by spreading a thin layer of the custard cream on the very bottom of your dish. Then arrange a nice even layer of your sponge cubes on top. Now grab that mango milk syrup and generously soak the cake. Don't be shy here. Follow that with another layer of the custard cream and then top it all off with a generous layer of those fresh, sweet mango cubes. If you've got a deep dish, you just repeat the whole process.
And hey, please don't worry if you don't have a fancy footed trifle bowl. You absolutely don't need one. A deep glass baking dish shows off the layers beautifully. You could even make these in individual glasses or little jars for a dinner party. They look fantastic no matter what you build them in. We're in the home stretch. The trifle is built and it's looking gorgeous. But before we're done, I want to share a few of my final secrets. The little things that will take your trifle from just being good to being absolutely unforgettable. So here they are, my golden rules. Number 1, use the best mangoes you can find. They should be ripe, sweet, and smell amazing. It makes all the difference. Number 2, do not, under any circumstances, skip soaking the cake. That syrup is essential. For decorating, you can use that leftover whipped cream to pipe some rosettes on top, add more mangoes, make it pretty. But my most important secret, the one you absolutely cannot ignore, is this. You have to chill it for several hours before you even think about serving it.
And why is that chilling time so important? Because this is a dessert that's meant to be served perfectly, refreshingly cold. That time in the fridge lets all the flavors hang out and get to know each other. The mango, the custard, the vanilla in the cake, they all meld together into something magical. It makes sure that every single spoonful you take is a perfectly balanced, cool, refreshing bite of heaven.
And here's the ultimate pro tip for anyone who likes to plan ahead. This trifle is one of those rare desserts that is actually better the next day. It's the perfect make-ahead treat for a party or a family get-together. You can do all the work a day in advance, and then just pull this stunning dessert out of the fridge when you're ready to blow everyone away. So there you have it. Every step, every tip, and all my secrets to making a truly phenomenal dessert. The only thing left to ask is, are you ready to get into your kitchen and create a stunning summer treat that is going to absolutely wow your family and friends? I know you are. Have fun with it and enjoy.